Hello everyone. So today we are going to see one of the most important problems, which is rain trapping problem. So it is a pretty standard problem, and I've been interviewing for a lot of companies, and it was asked to me in 4 or 5 companies. So let's just get started. So the problem statement is that you will be given an array. So the array represent these numbers, which will be the height. Like for example, this array is basically 1 second. This array is 5, 1, 4, 0, 2, 3, 5. So you can visualize this as a bar or as the height of the buildings. And the problem is that there is rain or snow flowing. Okay, and you need to find out that how many units of water or snow is trapped between the cavities of these buildings. So I hope the problem statement is clear. Now let's just see how you can solve it. So you see that I have visualized this particular array, and this is basically the quantity that will be trapped. So now you need to see that these will be trapped in the spaces that are created between the buildings, right? So let's just try to see here. Now here in the first instance there will be no water trapped. Why? Because there are no buildings on the right or left of this particular building that are higher in height. So the one condition is that if you are at say ith position, right, the water will be trapped only and only when you have some buildings on the right, or at least one building on the right which is greater than the size of the ith building, and similarly you must have one building on the left which is greater than the size of ith building, right? So here there is no left building, but let's just take an example of something like this, right? So if you see the middle building, there is buildings on the left and there are buildings on the right, but the water cannot be trapped because it's not size, the height of the buildings are not high, so no cavities are basically formed. Now let's just say that if you are at the ith building, what will be the amount of water? Now let's just say that we are here, okay, at 1th position. So what we need to find is what is the highest building on the left and what is the highest building on the right. So here both left and right buildings are 5, 5. So in this case it's pretty simple. You will just take 5 and you will just subtract it with the height. So you can see that here this cavity is basically of 4 units. Why? Because the highest buildings were 5 and you need to subtract it with the height. So this is a pretty simple case. Let's just see that the heights of the building on the left and right are different. Let's just take this example where you have this of 3, you have this of 1, and you have this of 4, right? Now what will be the cavity? This will be the cavity, right? So you need to see that we are actually considering the minimum of the left and right max, right? And and then subtracting it with the height of the current. So this is basically the formula. So whenever you need to find out, if you are at ith position, what is the maximum you can get before I, that is left of I, and what is the maximum you can get on the right of I. Once you got these two values, you need to get the minimum of these two values and then subtract it with the current height. You can see that for other things as well. Now just say that we are at 4th building, right? So now the left max and right max is 5. You need to get the minimum of these two, which will be 5, and then you need to subtract it by 4. So this will be 1 unit, which we can see here. Similarly at 0, this will be 5 units. Similarly at 2, you need to subtract it with 5, which will be 3 units and 2 units. So this was straightforward because you have just 5 and 5. Let's just try to okay, let me just go to the Geeks for Geeks portal. Whatever example is given there, we'll try to visualize it and solve it via same equation, and then we are going to code it. Okay, so let's just go there. So yeah, this is the rain trapping problem. I'll also link the description in the description, this link, so you can try it out yourself. So let's just see. This is our first example where this is of 3 units, then you have 0, 0, then you have 2, and then you have 4. So when you are at the first bar, there is nothing on the left, on the right, which is highest. So here it will be the 0 unit will be trapped. When you are at 0, let's just find what is the maximum that you can get on the left. The maximum that you can get on the left is 3, and the maximum that you can get on the right is 4. Now you need to get the minimum of the maximums that you have got, which will be 3, and then you will subtract it with the current size, which will be 3 units. So this is coming to be 3 units. Similarly, for the next 0, it will be 3 units. Now when you are at position 2, what is the maximum that you can get on the left? That is 3. What is the maximum you can get on the right? That is 4. Now you can subtract it with 2. So 3 minus 2 will be 1. So that is 1. Similarly, for 0, it will follow the same fashion. So this works out. Now let's just quickly code it. So for getting this maximum on the left and maximum on the right, we are going to use two auxiliary arrays, which the ith position of these array will be storing the left maximum and right maximum. So let's just define two array. Let's just say that int left n, it will be of same n size. Then let's just say int right, this will also be n, right? So now let's just populate it. So left, you will start populating it from left to right, and right you will start populating from right to left. So let's also have a integer I that will be our iterator. So left of 0 will always be ARR of 0. Why? Because when you are at first position, say let's just say this example, when you are at first position, the highest that you can get till there will always be the current element, right? Because there is nothing on the left. Let's run a loop from 1 to n, and so left of I will be maximum of left of I minus 1 and current element. So you're basically comparing the current maximum that you are getting, which is left of I minus 1, to ARR of I. So you will just store this, and similarly, if you are populating the right array, right of n minus 1, which is the last element, will always be the last element of the array, right? So we have defined the last element. Now let's just fill in a reverse fashion. So this will start from n minus 2, it will go up to 0, right? And I minus minus. So let's just fill in the similar fashion. Right of I will be maximum of right of I plus 1, because we are comparing it with the next element, and then ARR of I. So in this way our right and left auxiliary arrays will be filled. Now let's just write the main code, main function. So let's just define int answer to be 0, which will be number of units that will be stored, right? So let's start from I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, right? So this answer will be answer plus. Now we need to get minimum of the left of I, comma, right of I, and then we need to subtract it with the current element, right? So this will be the answer. Now the only thing left is for us is to just return it. So we'll just return the answer. Now let's just try to submit it and see whether our solution is passing or not. Yeah, so it has passed. So this is pretty simple problem, but yet it is asked in so many companies. I have also mentioned in the thumbnail in what all companies it was asked. So if you want me to make any specific video of my interview experiences with those companies, just comment down below. I'll make one for you. Thank you.